or damage caused by insects or birds. Remember that your knowledge of runway and taxiway lighting is especially important from dusk to dawn and whenever visibility is reduced by weather.
Rudder check complete. Aileron check complete. Elevator check complete.
If the airfield has it, taxiway edge lighting is blue.
Right, how do you use this thing? Battery. No. Go on. Okay.
You can always pause your flight by pressing P. This will not affect your FS Flying School's score.
Right. An experience of using this thing. Oh, what happened then?
Our fuel is about 53%. One or both of our fuel tanks are low and you may wish to consider refueling.
Okay.
You can check your current FS Flying School flight mode and get other information by pressing Ctrl-Shift-D.
Alright, communicate. Mobile communication. Right, let's get the engine now. Master engine, avionics. Right. Oh.
If you ever need to return to the previous FS Flying School flight mode, press Ctrl-Shift-X.
I'll do it with this. I'd rather use the mouse.
Your fuel is shut off. We need the fuel selector on.
Thank you.
Alternator on, please.
Hang on. Oh, there we go.
If you use the autopilot, it can affect your score, but you won't lose any points if you use it in FS Flying School's cruise mode when you are at least 1,000 feet above the ground.
A moment. Bang.
Alternator on, please.
When starting the engine, let's have the electric fuel pump on.
In order for FS Flying School to provide you with a full, detailed analysis of your approach and landing, you need to begin your approach to landing at least 600 feet above the ground. So if, for example, the runway elevation is 300 feet, you would need to start at least 900 feet on your altimeter.
Right. Oh, I so can't use these things. Bloody things. Right. Here we are.
When you are on approach to landing and you descend below 500 feet above ground level, your instructor will look at the runway in front of you, and if its heading matches yours, we'll take it to be the runway that you intend to land at.
Let's set full flaps, then fully retract them so we know they're functioning freely.
Flaps check complete.
Use a mouse for this thing.
If you wish, FS Flying School can automatically detect your entry into cruise mode when you level off, or landing mode when you begin a steady descent. These options are controlled at the pilot's screen.
Green Bay Struggle INTL Information India. 1200 Zulu weather. Wind 210 at 11 gust 18. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 3200 overcast. Temperature 4, 2.0. Altimeter 2957. Arriving runway 18. Departing runway 18. Advise on initial contact you have India. Green Bay Struggle INTL
We can navigate
Information
using an
India.
NDB
1200
non-directional
Zulu weather.
beacon by
Wind
tuning
210
the
at 11
automatic
gust
direction
18.
finder
Visibility more
ADF
than 10.
to the NDB of
Sky
our
conditions
choice. Once
3200
tuned,
overcast.
if we are within range,
Temperature 4,
the needle on the
2.0.
ADF will point
Altimeter
directly to the
2957.
NDB.
Arriving runway 18. Departing runway 18. Advise on initial contact you have India.
So actually the weather's
If you want a quick challenge while flying,
bit
then
windy for this
with the
aircraft,
autopilot
but
off, press Ctrl-Shift-C.
There we go.
Your instructor will set you a quick task to perform. These will be easy while
Green
flying
Bay
straight
Struggle
level,
INTL
or
Information
challenging
India.
while turning or climbing or
1200
descending.
Zulu weather. Wind 210 at 11 gust 18. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions.
okay. So there we go.
Once you've completed 11 flights with FS Flying School, you can use the pilot briefing to examine which areas you're having problems with and which areas you've mastered.
Oil quantity. What? Should have more fuel than that. More fuel than that. That's not right. I swear I set that up in the menu. See if this bloody works, but that isn't right. No, I mean, I don't think I want to get up to that much. So, trying to adjust the fuel, I think. Oh, no.
Our fuel is about 50%.
Is it? For me, 50%? Fuel quantity? I don't get that. We're only going to do some circuits with Mr. Smith from FS Flying School. But we don't want to run out of fuel. Customize, weight and balance, total internal. Well, look, there's loads of fuel there. Why? What? I don't know why. I don't know why that was not. there was loads of tank in one fuel tank, loads of fuel in one tank and not in the other. What? Why are you doing that? That's the right. That's the center. Is that restore defaults? What's going on? Okay, so for whatever reason, the Robin has more fuel in the one than the other. I don't know why. Haven't got a clue. Something to do with weight. I don't know. I don't know enough about the Robin. Apply changes. But I'm learning. Okay. Right, so yeah, we're trying out FS Price. Some tips. I don't know what. Everything else is on. Now our fuel showing, everything is happening. All in the greens. Oh yeah. There we go. Don't mind yet. Go back seat. There you go. Okay. Right. On the runway. I'm using the Quest 3.
While we're taxiing, let's check the instruments by making some turns. We need to make sure that the attitude indicator is tilting by no more than 5 degrees. The heading indicator is showing the right heading, and the whiskey compass is showing the right heading.
That's good. It's a bit windy for this plane today. Up the car. No, are they main? Alright. On the main line? Whichever it is. Oh. Flash. There's some
Pitot heat off, please.
Oh. But we're about to. Okay. He wants it off. Mr. Smith wants it off. It's staying off. Okay. Not too much to see, but. He wants to do a run-up. Do you need to do a run-up in this? I don't know. There's no way to... No, I can tell you the engine. Because there's no magnetos. So, I mean, I don't think that we need to do a run-up.
Our fuel is about 50%.
Bad. I don't know the elevation. Oh no, I did. Yeah. Barometric pressure.
We want the pitot heat on when the outside air temperature is below 4 degrees Celsius. That's 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, you've finished taxiing and are about to take off. Current visibility is 1-2 miles.
The wind is 214 at 11. Runway 18.
Runway length is
8,000.
Okay. I think we're happy. Okay, that's just about just there. Okay.
Fuel pump on, please.
Oh, where's the fuel pump? Tell me where the fuel pump is.
Fuel pump on, please. Let's set takeoff flaps. That's 1 notch.
Oh, we do take off flaps in this then. Thank you. Fuel pump.
It's been a while since you told me you were ready to take off. If you've been listening to a checklist, I understand. But remember that once in position for takeoff, if we have clearance and there are no problems, we need to get going.
I'm going to assume it's this. Don't know.
Fuel pump on, please.
It's so hard with this. I don't think that does anything. Avionics are on. Where's the fuel pump?
Fuel pump on, please.
It's going to be whinging at me.
Fuel pump on, please.
Is that it? I hope it is.
It's been a while since you told me you were ready to take off. If you've been listening to a checklist, I understand. But remember that once in position to take off, if we have clearance and there are no problems, we need to get going. Use the rudder to neutralize yaw.
we're ready to rotate.
Okay, let's rotate.
Use right rudder to neutralize any yawing to the left.
Our best rate of flying speed, takeoff flaps is 65 knots.
2,000 flaps for track width.
You can have 1 notch of flaps below 92 knots. If we encounter heavy turbulence, we need to be at or below 90 knots and the visibility increased. Okay, we're in cruise climb. Our best rate of climb is 78 knots. Higher speed, we'll have better vision of the nerves.
You know, you can get a good cup of coffee at Austin Strawberry International. Smooth adjustments to pitch. It's on the fuel pump off. The bank's getting too steep. What's that bank angle? You don't want to be descending during takeoff. We want smooth adjustments to pitch. Let's have the fuel pump off. You don't want to be descending during takeoff. Let's not lose altitude during takeoff. We want smooth adjustments to your pitch. We don't want to be descending during takeoff. We want smooth adjustments to your pitch. You don't want to be descending during takeoff. Okay, we've finished taking off and are now cruising.
Cruise is recommended at 85% power or less, and will get good economy at around 122 knots.
Fuel pump on, please. Okay, we're about to land. Fuel pump on, please. Easy. Already your approach and landing based on the runway in front of us when on final approach, unless you tune down one for an ILS approach. Smooth adjustments to pitch. Let's use pitch to control our airspeed and power to control our rate of descent. Feet, 2,000 flaps retracted.
We can have 2 notches of flaps, that's full flaps below 81 knots. That's a final approach around 65 knots with full flaps, touching down around 60 knots. Remember, you'll flare at about 10 to 15 feet, touch down on the main wheels, lower the nose gently, and use minimum required braking.
300 feet. Level wings, 40, 30, 20 feet flare, 10, touchdown, you're ballooning, touchdown.
Okay, let's slow down to a safe taxi speed.
Poor landing heading. I rate your landing at 25.80 points. Approach was 0% for the glide slope and 0% for the localizer.
That's interesting.
Use gentle turns on the ground. There's room for improvement. That flight contained excessive banks, exceeding flap speeds. Problems you need to work on. Check your logbook. You know, you can get a good cup of coffee at Austin Strobel International. Okay, we're starting a new flight. We want a taxi with the flaps up. Let's have the fuel pump off, flaps up during taxi. Watch your taxi speed.
So yeah, that was interesting. Nice quest as well.
Let's turn gently.
Turning gently. Honestly. It does feel like I've got an instructor with me. Very easy, probably the easiest startup sequence in existence. Just literally turn that switch. And that's it. It's just great to get perspective on all these shapes and sizes in 3D. Right, so that was that. I don't think we're going to be able to turn everything off with this. Try. Need better practice with this thing. That's off. Turn the fuel off.
Check the oil pressure.
Let's move your flight control fully forward and fully backward a few times so we can check that the function of the elevator is free and correct.
I officially hate this. I prefer the mouse. The only reason I'm using this is because you can't use the mouse when you're doing Oculus Mirror. It's a bit of a problem. Okay. Thank you for joining me. Aha.